Greetings, Keechling. Skeech Prem here with my live reaction of Shumatsu no Valkyrie, or Record of Ragnarok, Chapter 72. And we're starting off with Nikola Tesla's headstone. What the hell? 1856 to 1943. Oh, I kept thinking he died in like the early 1900s. So he died like around the start of World War. No, near the end of, in the middle, kind of World War II. Interesting. January 7th, 1943, Nikola Tesla died. 9 months later, on October 28th, a top secret experiment was conducted based on Tesla's last research. The Philadelphia experiment. Okay, so we're on what looks like a destroyer, kind of? Some kind of Navy vehicle, and they've got all the Tesla coils. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the Eldridge, a station ship, had been equipped with powerful Tesla coils for decades, described as an experiment to try to create a high-level pressure in the hull, in an attempt to make the ship invisible to radars. But it never worked. The moment they flipped the switch, something terrible happened. Probably electrocuted fucking... Yep, it made a giant Faraday cage on the water. The ultra-strong magnetic field was more than they expected. Yep, it looks like... oh shit, the ship is gone. The giant ship had not only disappeared from radars, but also the naked eye. They circle the last known location. In the next moment, off the coast of Norfolk, or Folk. Wait, it just reappeared? So it teleported. Alrighty. And this captain's like, what the fuck just happened? The ship had appeared off the coast of Norfolk, about 363 kilometers away. A stealth experiment. That's bullshit. The real experiment was something else entirely. Second Lieutenant T, U.S. Navy. I didn't believe it, but I saw it with my own eyes. It was instantaneous movement. The Philadelphia Project, the instantaneous transfer experiment. It seemed to be a success, but the Eldridge was turned into a hell. Yeah, people are like fused with shit and teleported all over the place or burnt to death. The extraordinary situation resulted in the disappearance or death of 13 soldiers and scientists and 6 people who went insane. Okay, so that one dude went insane apparently. The Navy High Command was said to have buried the research itself in the meantime. Buried as in they burned that shit. Was Nikola Tesla's last study truly a failure? It just depends on what you're using. Tesla had reached instantaneous movement. And he's doing it to battle. And the battle begins. Everyone looks on in shock. Oh my. You call this science too, just when Tesla seemed to disappear for a moment. Beelzebub was struck in his blind spot by a PPP. Oh yeah, that stupid name. But anyway, there's his heart. Double heart? No. Maybe that's just the way the vines are. But it's a rose tattoo. What was that tremendous speed? I didn't see Tesla-san move at all. I don't think he moved. Oh, he definitely disappeared. I love samurai, just like they know what they saw, but they can't believe what they saw. Disappeared? Is it time for a duel? What does that mean, Hermes? I didn't quite understand either, but I think he's already figured it out. I see instantaneous movement. Well, I call it Tesla warp. He just loves naming things after himself, doesn't he? How cool is that? Well, the name isn't. As all of his compatriots are just kind of like, nah. Wait, why is he holding up fingers? Tesla Warp has 3 constrictions, right? Number 1, you need some time to build up energy for activation. Right after the last attack, if I had activated again and moved to my blind spot and come to finish me off, you could have killed me, but you didn't attack me and you kept your distance. Well, number 2, your movement is limited. Before you activated the instantaneous movement, that Tesla step, there was something wrong with the way you did it. That seemed futile. That seemingly futile flurry of movements. Perhaps there was another purpose. Yeah, he was probably building up kinetic energy, I bet. It was to lead me. Oh, to where he could use the actual instantaneous part? Triggered here. Instantaneous movement complete. To a place where you could move. That attack and defense was actually a guided attack. He can't possibly have done that. He sure is one crafty bastard. And number 3, the number of times you activate it, is limited. Yeah, his like coils seem to be getting destroyed, so this is bad. Which means his Voland is actually being destroyed. Great answer. That's a great insight. Let me explain it a little more in detail. First, why are you explaining things? First of all, the basic premise is that the Tesla warp can only be done inside this Gemma... I don't know how to pronounce this word. Gemataria zone. It is not possible to fly outside the zone. It's just too dangerous. And at the point where you can move, I need to increase the concentration of super Tesla particles. And that's why I've been swinging so hard, you know. When you swing an electrified punch, the particles are attracted to each other, right? Yes, feels good to get the answer I want. As I attacked, I was creating points of high particle concentration all over the place, invisible to the eye. And once you've decided where you're going, synchronize the Tesla particles at the location with the super Tesla coil, and all you do, and off you go. The only drawback is that it takes about 63 seconds to synchronize. Why are you telling him all of this, you smart dumbass? Why you don't just tell him your weak point? You shut up, Edison. What's more, 1 super Tesla coil is consumed per warp. As you surmise, there's a limit to the number of times I can use it. That means I can only use it 2 more times. Damn. 2 more times? Well, if he uses it more than that, will it happen? Or what will happen? I think Gondol, the material of the armored suit, will be destroyed. And since he shares a soul with her, Tesla will as well. Sister Gondol. You think you can afford this? You're telling me what you're capable of. And he's like, no. For science, withholding information is a detriment to science. Share your newfound wisdom without reserve. Science! No, humanity has progressed. All the various things like flight, ships, navigation, going to the moon, robotics, the first tools we ever did, all that kind of stuff. I love it. You're so chatty. Humans are such an interesting creatures. Oh, he's coughing up blood. That's damage to Beelzebub. It's a lot deeper than it may seem. This pain. I hadn't felt this pain since then. Oh, flashback. Hades' castle in Helheim. Looks kind of cool. You know, it's got a Disney princess vibe to it, though, with a gothic aesthetic around it. It's weird how it glows, though. Okay, well, there's a doorway, and looks like one of the guards or both the guards have been killed. Who's this? This Beelzebub? There's Hades on the throne. I don't think just anyone can wander into the king's chamber. Oh, there he is with his family. That's a nice portrait. So, what do you want? Lord of the Flies. Oh, so that's what he looks like normally. Interesting. Beelzebub. You're Hades. I have a favor to ask. Hades, listen.
Hey, listen.
I've heard rumors about a daredevil fallen from heaven, fighting against my forces. You must be the mad devil or demon in Helheim. If you know that, then there's no need to talk. Okay, so he's about to use that attack. In such a state of disarray, you dare to challenge me. Do you want to die? Yes, kill me. Obviously that didn't happen. What a pain in the ass. Oh, he's taken the mask off and he's put the book down. Very well. My name is Hades, Lord of Helheim. Lord of the Helheim, apparently. I accept your challenge, Lord of the Flies. Like that, yep, I thought that was going to be the end of it. Alrighty. So we now know more or less the ins and outs of Project, or the Philadelphia experiment, I should say. So I feel like I've heard of something about that, but I don't know if it was exactly like this, of course, for obvious reasons. For one thing, we probably would never actually know if this ever happened, because witnesses would have probably been silenced, because this been a big thing in the middle of World War II. You do not let your enemies know what you are capable of, even though you don't fully know the extents of it yourself. So yeah, I highly doubt much of that is actually, more non-fiction than fiction, but, I may look it up later. But as for Tesla, revealing his abilities, I mean, it's within character, science must be shared to, advance humanity's progress and all of that. I get that sentiment, but literally you're fighting to the death, and you have all the weaknesses right now, given that you have limited uses of the Tesla warp, plus it's going to kill you when it all gets broken, so maybe also not tell that kind of stuff. But yeah, now we know the ins and outs of it, its origins, and also Beelzebub and Hades meeting. That's interesting because obviously we know that it didn't end with, Beelzebub dying, because he's still alive, and Hades is still alive, at least up until recently. So, I'm waiting to see what happens next. Overall, liking it. The fight is a little kind of slow, or slower than, other fights have been. Even though we have literal instantaneous movement, but you know what I mean. Excuse me. But yeah, overall, not a bad chapter. It progresses things, even if they are a little at a turtle's pace, but, strap a Tesla coil on that bitch and we'll move it across the country, I guess, But anyway, let me know your own thoughts and opinions on this chapter. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Check out my other content, including One Piece. And I'll try and do other videos, but we'll see. If not, they wait for this weekend. But anyway, let me know all your thoughts and opinions. Links down below for all my social media so you can keep up with my content and have ways to contact me. I stream on Twitch where I do gaming, and I'll tweet out when I go live. Part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel, so go check that out. And as always, later days. And until next time, Keishlings. Horrible things happened on that day in 1943, apparently.